Hello, this is my final for Intro to Web Development. This is my redesign of this website, Yale School of Art. So I'm going to go over my changes I made. So this is the initial site, and this is my version, just to get a first glance. So the first thing I did was get a consistent color scheme. I used Yale's own directory for their art. The blue that is for the actual Yale School of Art it's called Yale Blue. And so is that lighter blue that I use for the description. I also changed the colors more consistent with the cards, and so there's no longer any like green, orange, and yellow and white cards at the same time. I moved the login buttons to the top to make it so I can access them on every page at the header, which makes more sense because the navigation is currently off to the side on their website. Quick links also is another navigation source, so I moved both navigations to the top to actually make it so there's only one navigation. I also moved the happening at SOA and the community bulletin and calendars and events. I put that onto the top left area of my own website. This allows you to just access it anytime, and you don't have to guess because the links don't look like links on the other website. The my website also has a footer. There is no footer on their website. If we can scroll down here, they have no footer. This is their closest to a footer they have. It has links that are very bare, and there is no sort of distinction for it. Meanwhile, I have used Bootstrap to make social media links. I've given their logo here. I've also included the address, which they currently have at the very top of their page. Um, I also removed the repeating background. I used the pictures as instead of just or background, I put it to the side because I know it's important for them to have access to be able to change that picture. It's a big part of his website's identity, so I understood to keep that. Now, I also changed the tabs logo. If you look at the very top, you can see up here where the backwards forward buttons are flashing. You can see the picture up there is not on this website. They forgot to include one, so it's a blank canvas. They have the code for it, but they don't have the actual logo there. Now, for my other pages, let me just quickly go back to my own website. I changed their other websites to include pictures and quotes from one of their professors, or at least former professor. I think he's passed now. And again, I moved things to make more sense, and this descriptions I just added them into a consistent spot. Here I will show you the original websites. Again, you have Sigmund Freud in the background just repeating infinitely. So again, fix that. They again just have text blurbs here, so I added details to it. I made the colors consistent because there are three separate colors, and these are also apparently this is a link, which I changed that to be an obvious link on the side here at the left with the blue. Um, Now for exhibitions, or sorry, apply to school. My bad. Um, they have this repeating here. I didn't feel like repeating it with the same design again, so I again moved it to the side. I took their background, put it to the side again. For their virtual visits, I included their virtual experience as a button. It links you to their website for it, and it'll let you take a virtual tour of their campus. I also included a gallery to show off some of their art galleries at the Yale School of Art. You can autoplay it and it'll run on its own. Now, I forgot to put a link there. That's my bad. It's where I would put a link if I didn't forget. And this tells you the deadlines and everything for the fall 26 admissions, while the other one has the same information, but in the green pictures, I again added more consistency. I decided to remove these because, for the most part, they don't lead you to anywhere relevant to just about the school. Or sorry, apply to the school. I did put in. I put them. Sorry, I didn't remove them. I put them off to the side up here instead of just having them take up the huge massive cards at the bottom. Exhibitions, I added a banner for the top, and I took their description. This thing here, and I reworked it to be part of the banner. I put their pictures and their text next to each other, and included their schedule for their newest exhibition because they have past ones too. Because I believe this has not been updated for 2026 all the way. I also included this link instead of just having it as a random gray box to the side that I believe is matching with this picture. So this picture is deciding how wide this page is. I included that over here to the side and other following links for the relevance, exhibits, publications. I added a banner instead of their repeating GIF. Here, let me show you that. I combined the images and the pictures and the books to just be on one, like two per, so it doesn't take up a tiny fraction of the page, instead fills it out. I included their newsletter link on the side, and I gave these buttons to put this information in here so that you don't have to constantly have it on there for just a description. Now on to public events. News is the same link they have. It goes all the way back to 2017 with literal years of stuff, so I couldn't change it. Now, public events. I took their calendar and made it most of the website. I decided not to include the simplified view because it is essentially the exact same picture as that calendar. I'm sorry, it is the exact same picture. Um, I included their links to other events in the community on my page on the side to make it more consistent without just randomly making boxes for it. I also made it so that the text is all in one spot instead of just being individual words highlighted on the title of every page. Now, I have to go back here to this massive link block here to where I included the people and then the faculty and staff. So I included all of these people. I basically just did the same thing as them here. It's not too changed, but I made it take up more space to make it fill out the page better, and I got rid of the slide bars on each of them so that you don't have to individually slide on each card. Again, I improved the header with it being all just one line and not just one words highlighted next to each other. This is also able to be more reference easily because you can easily see names and you don't have to you can just click the names here and you can go right to their pages. And the other part is that the original website, the links send you right to the information about the person. Mine sends you to a new page so that you don't have to hit back every time you want to go back and look for a different person, so you can keep track of people better. That is the entirety of my changes on my website. Thank you.